friends, welcome back to a new video. I'm just doing a little voiceover because I'm currently editing this vlog and I've definitely been umming and ahhing about whether to keep editing it and put it together. It's from my time when I was in DC back in May. At the time I felt like I was filming lots, but as I'm putting it together, a lot of it is just things that I was seeing when I was walking around the city. There's lots of murals that I noticed this time round, and when I first got there, all the dogwood trees were in bloom, so I was able to enjoy that. Everything was like in full bloom, and I hadn't seen the city like this yet, and it was just so beautiful. I went to the park lots and read my book and did a little bit of sketching. But really, I realized that everything that was in film was just like all these little moments that I saw as I was walking around. I also managed to film like a little bit more of a day where I went to a museum.
I'm in a little bit of a funk. I have had a productive morning, but it hasn't felt satisfying, and it has felt like I haven't really been doing anything, which is because I've been working on reels all morning, which I just like have a hard time feeling like that's work, even though it is, blah blah blah. But I also worked on my laptop all day yesterday, and it's kind of gloomy outside, and so I think it's also just like, it's just a combination of the weather and just like staring at a screen for too long. So I'm gonna get outside, and I think I'm gonna go to the I think it's the, wait, what's it called? I need to remember what it's called. I'm gonna go to the National Museum of Women in Arts. So I've just been getting ready for that. I didn't pack very well, and I realized that like everything I bought and like all my accessories are blue. I haven't needed a jacket all last week, but I only bought, I don't know if you can see, I only bought blue jeans, a blue denim jacket, my cap is blue if it rains, I bought my knitted blue bag, and then the tote bag I bought is literally also blue, like all the same tones as well. Oh my god, and my shoes are blue. So we're going for a monochrome look, which I do like, but the blue feels a bit excessive.
This was the work of Nikki de Saint Fell, and it was her printmaking series called Californian Diaries. The series was a lot about giving and receiving love, and I really loved the style, but the humor and like how on the nose all the writing was so enjoyable to read. museum had a library, so I spent a bit of time reading for some books, and I realized when I was reading through a book about Nikki de Saint Phel's previous work that I had actually seen it before. I think I'm 13 and I'm sitting outside the Pompidou in front of one of her sculptures, which was this big elephant fountain, and I always loved it, and it was just cool to later realize that I already had felt connected with her work before. Okay, hello. That is the end of the vlog. It was a little bit of a short one, but before I go, I'm gonna do my 3 favorite things, which if you haven't watched one of these vlogs before, I have recently started ending the videos. I did miss it in my previous one though, but I've been finishing the videos with 3 of my favorite things, just things that I've been creatively driven by recently that I've been finding inspiring. So let's begin. The first one is a documentary you will have seen in the vlog. It was called Secret Mall Apartment, and it's about a group of artists. I think there's 8 of them, and they're all in Providence, Rhode Island, and they find a little part of this mall that is being built back in the early 2000s, and they move in there. Basically they cohabit the space for 4 years. So in the documentary you're seeing interviews with all the artists, you're seeing all this live footage, and it's pretty funny. Everyone in the cinema was laughing out loud. It's a lot about artists versus capitalism. There's this huge mall that's being built that is pushing out all these artists from their really cheap studio spaces, and so it's a little bit of an FU to the people that are letting this mall take over. And you also learn more about the public art projects that they all do together, which I didn't know that was going to be an aspect of it. And as a muralist, I just really loved seeing everything that they did.
So yeah, really funny, very moving. I was laughing out loud. I like shed a tear, and it's like very like stick it to the man vibes. So I cannot recommend it enough. I like enjoyed it so thoroughly. And so that's my number one. Number two, I've been reading lots of graphic novels recently. I've just been picking them up from the library, and I picked up one I was reading in my previous vlog called Spaniel Rage, which is actually the artist's name of Vanessa Davies. The graphic novel's a visual journal of the artist's life in New York. She's in her early 20s, she's navigating being single, and she draws every day for a year. And so you get these like snippets into her world. They're very raw and real. They're like observations and conversations with her friends, with her family, in a job that she really hates. And I found the read like very nostalgic. And I think also like the style of her sketches, you know, you can tell that it's like literally just her sketchbook page being scanned in, rather than like these sketches that she's done that she's then gone over again to like make neater or whatever. So like the style really is representative of just like exactly how she was like feeling at the time. Finally, the third one, I thought I'd like go on my phone and just see what I've saved on Instagram recently. I found this mural project that I really loved by Lauren Morsley. She's a Scottish illustrator and mural artist, and she got commissioned to do a mural, and she decided to collaborate with a furniture company. They created individual wooden cutouts of her design. Her work is very character driven, it's very playful, really colorful. Cutouts were like of her characters, and they layered it onto the wall to create this really dynamic 3D public art piece. And I just loved that idea. I thought it was so fun. It really brought her work to life. You can check out her Instagram. She has like a couple of videos about the process with the furniture company and how they brought it all to life. So those are the three things. Hopefully you got a little bit of inspiration out of it. Let me know in the comments what you've been enjoying recently. If it's a film, if it's a book, a piece of art, maybe it's something you thrifted recently. I'd love to know. That's all for now. I'm going to say goodbye and leave you with some clips of the plane ride home back from DC to Victoria. I never get a window seat. I prefer the aisle, but anyway, I had to sit by the window and I could not stop taking footage of all the landscapes that we were flying over. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a really good day, and I'll see you soon.